this is something that I do to help organize myself. I look at each of the recipes for each of the dishes that I'm doing, and I cut up all of the seasonings and put them in one Ziploc bag if they all go in the pot at the same time. So this is for my dressing. I double the dressing recipe because I'm having 10, maybe 12 people for dinner. So I have 4 cups of bell peppers, 4 cups of celery, and 4 cups of onion all diced up in here. After that, I'm going to cut up the stuff for the stuffed peppers and all of the other dishes that I need, and I'll do it just like this. I'll put it in a Ziploc bag, put what it's for on there, and put it in the refrigerator. When I was growing up, I cooked with my mother, and it wasn't like a chore or anything like that. I would just be in the kitchen with her, and she never told me exactly what a recipe or something was like that, but it was just like I picked up by osmosis what was next and what I needed to do. The very first time I made Creole cornbread dressing like my mother, I cried like a baby because I was like, oh my God, it tastes just like hers. And it was really weird because, again, she never told me how much celery, how much this, how much that. And I just finally figured it all out. And, you know, but young ladies today, they just don't cook with their mothers. Or young men. I feel like everybody should know how to cook. You know, at least the basics. And they should know that it tastes good, you know. So, I don't know. I guess I'm just old school. If I have a daughter, trust, she's going to be in the kitchen with me, learning through osmosis, and it's fun. And we, you know, talked and, you know, talked about our future or my future and what she expected of me all the while we were cooking. And it was like, you roll your sleeves up, you got your hands dirty, you had stuff under your nails. Wasn't any of that prissy cute stuff. You got cute after the food was in the oven. But I miss that. I miss that a lot. And I really hope that those of you, your mothers and your grandmothers are still alive, and you have access to them, and that you're in the kitchen with them cooking and learning. And there's just so much about preparing a meal for people that you love that just makes you feel good when people appreciate it. And it's like you sit back and you're tasting something, you're like, damn, this good, I did that, what? And everybody loves it. So I'm just a country girl though. That's how we do, dog. That's how we do. Okay.
You look like a lunch lady.
Why you gotta be messing with me? You know how to take my hair down until I finish cooking? Ooh. Anyway, what was I saying? I'm off track. Stop being such a perfectionist with a damn flip. Alright, so if you Google the recipe on my website, and I'll put the link over there. That's funny. On my site, you just Google the recipe. There's a Google toolbar. It's called Creole Cornbread Dressing, so just Google that. And in here, you see we have shrimp, bell peppers, onions, celery, butter, finely chopped up oysters because it adds a flavor and a different texture to the meal. And then I have 2 big pans of cornbread. I have the giblets cut up. I have the giblet stock over here. And then we're gonna, all of this stuff is gonna get into here. And then we're gonna put it in a big pan to be baked. And it's only this big here because I'm making double, because we always run out at Thanksgiving because it's one of everyone's favorite things. And, you know, we kind of like to have them as leftovers too. Oh, and I promised one of my girlfriends that I'd make her a little pan because she's not going to be able to be here and she really, really likes it. Okay. Alright, so this is what a big, super huge pan of this looks like. I use these aluminum pans just so that I can throw them away afterwards. And this is not what I'm serving it in, of course. Because this is an aluminum pan and it's so heavy, I put it on a big baking sheet. So that whole thing is going to go into the oven. Now, here's another little trick. Always, whenever you're going to cover something with aluminum foil, always put some parchment paper between the foil and your food. Why? Because you don't want that aluminum foil to oxidize. You know, sometimes you pull the aluminum foil away and there's like, you know, pieces pulling off or something. Well, you don't want that in your food, I hope. So we're going to do that up and then we're going to put it in the oven. And we're going to put this in the oven for the first 20 minutes covered, and then we'll take it out and take the cover off of it and cook it for the rest of, for 10 more minutes without it being covered. Okay, I need the cameraman to put it in the oven because it's heavy and I can't carry heavy stuff. Men should always do the heavy stuff. That's what the big pan of dressing looks like. See how nice and golden that is? And ooh, I can't wait. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to have a little sample right now.